Lunchbox is brought to you by Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, my voice is shot. I drank a little too much last night at the New Year's Rosh Hashanah celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to another edition of the Lunchbox. We're at one of our favorite stops on the Lunchbox tour. That would be Wicked Cheesesteaks, Pizza, and more.
They're jamming in here. It's good to see.
Yeah, it's great. They've got a big lunch rush. And we had Jim Sarney, the producer emeritus, joining us off to the sidelines. And
he wants you to talk about the first of the two Messi goals, which would be appropriate because Messi is a frequent visitor here. Very humbly and incognito almost comes in
except
here.
for his powder blue Bentley that maybe.
But nobody pays any attention to
that's
that.
the funny thing
Miami,
is this area, you can get away with
this area.
You could be broke and have a car.
I was at Costco getting gas, and for a brand new, not a Ferrari from like the 80s, like a 2024 Ferrari pulled up to Costco and got gas. Like, and no one looked at it. And we're like, yeah, that's normal.
To save 10 cents.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Ferrari.
Welcome to you, Lubie. Happy New Year. Happy 5785 to everybody out there who's celebrating and maybe has the day off from school or work and are tuning into the Lunchbox. Geez, it just felt like I can't believe it's 5785.
There you go.
Just
It's
felt
been a
like
tough 5700 years.
50 right before
Yesterday.
you know it. I think I used that line last year. We'll just move on. 4824 North Federal Highway. This is where you can
easy
find
locator. I mean, no one can recognize the address. Like if you're blowing by here, you're not going to see 4820.
No,
26, which it is, or
Well,
is it
no, it's
25?
just
on
south of
that
Commercial.
side. This is
It's
the
easy. It's just
side.
south of Commercial.
South of Commercial
On Federal.
the east side of Federal Highway.
Yeah, it's
Or
easy.
as Sarnia as I know it, just across from Holy Cross Hospital, where
Well,
we
I've
have
been in there. I spent
timeshare.
some time there.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you did too. I forgot.
Early in the year, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some of those Mets fans might be checking into the cardiac unit after
Mayo, you're so
tonight, last
pessimistic.
night.
It's 1-1. One
Got a-
game takes all.
Got a game 3 coming up. It's
Should they have brought Diaz out of the bullpen?
I think so.
Eighth. Well, now.
Now it's good to.
Were you thinking Diaz?
easy to second
Bring him
guess.
in the eighth?
I wasn't thinking anything because I was passed out on the couch after consuming much champagne and wine, and we had a great, fantastic catered meal that we prepared. Thought it was going to be first a group of 5, then it turned into 8, then it ended up being 11. But at Val's,
Lubie
actually,
came. Lubie
our
showed up.
house,
I did not
the new
show up.
Val and Mayo residence. But yeah, Grandpa's unbelievable. I picked up the stuff from Clive yesterday. He slices that brisket so thin, and he puts it in these, easy to heat tinfoil basket. Just throw it in the oven for a couple of, like an
pretend
hour.
You made it yourself.
Yeah, and then beautiful, like the au jus and the gravy and kasha vanishkas and mushroom barley
was that
and
last
one?
cinnamon.
Kasha Vanishus?
You don't know
Kasha Varnishkas.
Kasha varnishkas.
Oh, Kasha.
When Kasha has the noodles, they call it Kasha
bow
Varnishkas.
tie pasta mixed with the kasha and some sweet onions, caramelized onions. Kasha varnishkas is one of my favorite all-time holiday side dishes.
Oh, nice.
And we did not do gefilte fish. We did do matzo
What do you
ball
mean?
soup.
Gefilte fish
You're the
isn't,
king of gefilte fish.
but it's not a Rosh Hashanah
To
thing.
me, it's a Passover.
It is 100% only for Passover.
Yeah, and I know
Matzo ball soup is a thing that the Jews have at every holiday: Christmas, Easter, Passover, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur on a Tuesday. But gefilte fish is literally only, again, it's gefilte fish. You don't need more of it.
It should never be eaten.
Exactly.
like Skyline chili.
No,
to
I
me,
wouldn't condemn that in the same
to me,
category.
Skyline chili is like a 3-time-a-year thing.
No, you have it more often. than that.
Gefilte fish is I had it.
If they had the one still on,
Yes, if they had the
Federal
one
Highway,
on
you would
Federal,
be
I'd
there.
be there every other week.
you'd be
This
rolling
is
by
true.
it today,
100%.
right after you finished eating here.
But and I still do. I did transport a can of Skyline chili
No.
from the
Oh,
old
you're disgusting.
Casa de
Why
Mayo.
not just
to the
buy a
new-
couple of big cans of Hormel?
You're disgusting.
I did find what are they? Steak and Shake has a canned chili, and we brought one of those. The Hormel I tossed. It's just
Hormel, I
not
mean,
worth
that's
taking.
another one of those things like liverwurst where you read the ingredients and you realize I'm lucky to be alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So gefilte fish once a year. Skyline chili for me. All right, we'll say 4 times a year.
I would
once-
say
with
more
every
like
season.
6 or 8.
And then I say like turkey for the Thanksgiving dinner. You could eat it every day, but people
I
really,
could eat turkey every day.
but they only make it really once a year. It's
no,
like
a couple of times.
Okay, that's
Christmas
twice a
is
year
big.
thing.
I mean, if you celebrate
A
that
whole
too.
turkey.
I know this is a Jewish
What-
thing you're on right now, whatever, Rosh Hashanah.
But you do brisket.
But
for
Lubie
various
does it
Jewish
bigger. I
holidays.
mean, then you cheapen out and went with the catering, which is great. Grandpa's can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Lubie's family actually like cooks all this stuff.
My
right?
mom's been cooking since last week. I actually, even though I'm here and it's Rosh, that was her nerve. Well, what are people going to think? You're working on Rosh Hashanah. I'm like, Mom, I've worked every Rosh Hashanah. We just worked in the
I
morning,
ain't
but
got
it's the
time
same
for that
difference.
cooking thing now. I do have time to pick it up and then put it in the oven for like an hour, and that
That's-
worked out beautifully.
that's good
And
enough.
I did the double header because, I like chopped liver to start off with. You have a chopped liver with some crackers, and then you do the blessing, and you cut the challah, and then you have a little liver with challah. It's a beautiful thing. I just love the chopped liver at Delaware Chicken and Seafood, and
Oh no, they do
they're
a
the
good job,
presenting
yeah.
sponsor of today's show.
Oh,
And I dropped in yesterday
How
just
did you
to-
work that out? We're at Wicked Cheesesteaks, and they're the presenting sponsor. You have become a genius of this, Mayo. No one can work the circuit better than you.
I am now.
I have great admiration for you, having done this my whole life, and always wanted to be in this position, and you've done it.
I am now like my degenerate poker playing friends in
Yeah.
that like some poker players they sell 150% of themselves in
Yeah.
order to raise the
Exactly.
the entry fee for a tournament.
You give out
and-
each horse in the race, and eventually somebody
someone's
pays.
a winner.
The problem is when you actually win a tournament and everybody comes looking for their piece and
Well,
you've
then you
sold
gotta leave
150%. The
That's when you move.
because now I've got like we've got like 7 presenting sponsors and only 5 show days a week. But
Yes.
everybody will
We figure it out.
we always work.
No,
on
but
that.
I mean, very clever the way that you worked that out.
Yeah, but I went in yesterday to pick up just a pound of
I applaud Lubie. You know,
I
we've been
know
doing this
you
for a long
tried
time
for.
together.
This is your dream. I'm aware.
I applaud it.
pound of chopped liver. I saw both Gene and Jose
Oh, you mixed it up.
at
Yeah.
at Delaware after I saw Clive at Grandpa's, and then I went over and picked up that pound of chopped liver, and I was asking, has the Rosh Hashanah product been
Was it
moving?
enough?
Oh, the chopped liver was plenty, but
Yeah.
they said they had to make new batches because so many people were coming in for the
Oh,
chopped
nice.
liver.
Well, that's good.
Which is always good to see. And
Oh,
then
nice.
I reminded them that we were going to be in for the show for October, 2 weeks from today on October 17th. And I also happened to remind them that, of course, it was not that they needed reminding that stone crab season begins October 15th. And we were so looking forward
I
to
love that you had to remind
doing that other demonstration, the annual demonstration of how to
Can
properly.
I
peel.
issue a disclaimer here?
I
Lubie
just-
and I have
Jumbo.
nothing
I
to
had
do with this.
nothing to do with that.
Oh, come on.
We are not nearly as shameless. We don't mind
I
benefiting
just like
from
going
it.
there. I
Nobody
don't-
does.
I don't order.
As the special
It's 2
prosecutor.
weeks away, and you're already
I love you,
reminding.
Mayo.
As Jack Smith might say, special
Exactly.
prosecutor, your accessories.
We 100%
Maybe they would
are.
call you
After the fact.
unindicted co-conspirators
After the
number
fact.
1
Yeah,
and
but
2.
we'd be the first to rat you out. So. Lubie wouldn't have even sat down, and they wouldn't have had a chance to say, "Would you like a seat, Mr. Lubitz?" And he'd go, "It was him. It was him."
I'm not that
Well,
bad.
anyway, I have the receipts to prove that I paid for everything for the holiday.
Oh, good
table
for you.
yesterday, because you know how it works on the Lunchbox. We come out here,
Yeah.
they have sponsorships on
You
the show.
don't have to apologize. Man.
And no, never apologize, never explain, but I do like to explain sometimes.
I like the fact that you're worried about shaving 3 seconds off a commercial, and then you'll spend 20 minutes explaining.
Yes,
How come
exactly.
you're
That
such
is
a
true.
schnorr?
That is true.
Not a schnorr. And again, we
We've lost Sarni, by the way.
We
Look at
lost
these
Sarni. He's
guys.
just-
When he's watching,
I'm gonna make
MLS.
Sarni very happy in a minute because he did come up
Get
with the
Sarni
idea.
something to eat, will you?
31 days in October. Now, 2 ways to go because, well, actually 3 ways. October is National Sausage Month. I didn't want to eat 31 different types of
it's a lot.
sausages.
Is there even that many?
Although
You-
that would have been.
Even though you can find a wide variety of
Oh,
sausages
yeah.
at
In
Delaware Chicken
They
and
don't have
Seafood
31.
Market.
They have a great
And
case full of that stuff.
and then it's also Italian American Heritage Month, and
Oh,
I could eat
That
and
you could
probably do
definitely-
eat Italian food every day. But it is also national.
You know what's funny though, and this is great about South Florida dining.
Yes,
You could probably in any given area go anywhere from 5 to 10 Italian restaurants and be completely
And they're all
satisfied
good.
and
Yeah, they're all
blown
good.
away by all of them.
Yep.
and on the Lunchbox soon you might see commercials from 5 different Italian restaurants, and they're all different
Oh,
in their
again,
own
we
ways.
have nothing but admiration for the way you've adapted to the system, Mayo, and I mean, just enhanced it exponentially.
Like our friends at Casa D'Angelo, right?
I used to
up the
do
road.
2 car dealerships and feel great guilt about it, even though they were like 100 miles
Wait.
apart.
It is funny. Like this shows opened my eyes to what will be accepted as long as you make sure you make the client happy. That's what I've read. As long as you talk to them.
What's
And they're
my
like,
favorite things? It's
they're
not a
like, yeah, who
zero-sum
cares?
game. I
It's
mean,
like, okay.
there could be several great Italian restaurants, and they each
Seems like there's
excel
great
at one
admiration.
thing.
I mean, like I always talk
That's the
about,
thing.
I was looking again on Facebook. I see a big contributor to Let's Eat South Florida, our good friend Gail Kappas,
Yeah,
Gail and Harry, and they're constantly talking about other places and saying how terrific they are.
yeah.
So it's not like that. I mean,
They
musicians
enjoy.
are like that, and it seems like as competitive and tough as the restaurant business
Yeah.
is. Because I was going to ask you this. I saw a piece. I don't know how widespread it is, but the longshoreman strike apparently is on especially some types of restaurants. It's having a big impact, or might have a big impact price wise, where they get these ingredients shipped
Okay.
and they're worried about it.
Do you know which particular
I
ingredients
saw a
might
piece
see,
yesterday on CBS News, and they were talking about a Greek restaurant on South Beach where the owner, literally, I mean, he looked like he was going to survive it or thought he would, but he was talking about how his prices have increased 40%.
Oh, geez.
But you got to adapt, and if some
Yeah.
products don't become available because of extenuating or external circumstances, you adjust. And I'm lucky. I know eggs are going up again because that
Yeah,
avian
but
flu has
flu.
been hitting, and it's been wiping out a lot of the birds.
Yep.
So again, now you're seeing those egg prices.
There you go.
especially
They're doing
Publix.
it. It's right
Oh,
there.
right there. So
Stacked up on the dock.
I say that's why you eat local, and a lot of these restaurants now get ingredients from locally, where you're not depending on these longshoremen, but maybe just kind of a truck driver from Homestead bringing some produce. Getting back to my point about Sarni, he's basically
How did you
badged
come back to that?
because it's time. I do things in circles. I kind of talk like one of the presidential candidates. There's a brilliance. I call it, what did he call it? It's kind of like
It's called confusion,
the
Mayo.
A to
I mean,
Z.
come on, let's get serious.
A to Z.
National Seafood Month. So
All right.
Sarni
that's
dared
what you picked
me
up on.
to eat
Yes.
31 days of 31 different seafood dishes. And so what I'm going to try to do is every day during the show, eat a different seafood dish, and then we'll be able to get the 31 on the off days too. Let's do a quick recap. First day of October, we kicked it off with shrimp cocktail at Tropical Acres, and what a great show that was.
That was great.
That was
You
great.
know what? Jack put on a hell of a show there.
And he had
What
a-
was that? What was the steak? Not the filet mignon, but the other steak.
Oh, he had
Was that a bone-in ribeye?
it was
no, it wasn't a bone-in.
boneless ribeye.
It was a
boneless
ribeye. It was just a ribeye.
Just
yeah.
a ribeye
What a
that
tasty piece of
it was
That was
very
nice, yeah.
tasty. Has a little more marbling fat,
shrimp
more
cocktail,
flavor.
which I mean,
The shrimp were massive.
we always joked about it. That thing with the Jim Gray thing at Elmo's or whatever
Yeah,
that was
St.
in
Elmo's.
Indianapolis. Like, why could a place be known for a shrimp cocktail? A shrimp cocktail is a shrimp cocktail. But great job by Jack on that.
Yeah,
shrimp
so
cocktail.
I had the shrimp cocktail. And the beautiful thing there is when you go into Tropical Acres and you get a shrimp cocktail, like that whole thing is like $11 or maybe
That was
$11.95.
good, yeah.
And there are places now, like some of these premium steakhouses you go in, they charge $18 for just one jumbo shrimp.
Really?
Really?
So you get that whole shrimp
Oh, get outta
cocktail
here.
for like half the price that some of these steakhouses are charging for just one single
That's
shrimp.
insane.
I
That's
remember
part of the
a
reason
long
why
time
we love
ago. It wasn't the first time I had them, but I had some prawns at Casa D'Angelo when they first
Yeah.
opened up. Phenomenal. I mean, and these things were the size of the table.
Yeah. Oh, and
So those are great. But as shrimp cocktails go, tremendous job. And once again,
once again,
right within the
tremendous
confines
value.
of the parameters of their whole operating principle, which is tremendous.
So that
value.
was day number one. Day number two, yesterday, home show, but I managed to get in a
Gefilte
little
fish doesn't count. It's not
this-
a real fish.
No, it wasn't gefilte.
It
It
is
was a
made of
smoked
fish. It's
salmon
made of
cream
fish.
cheese with a bagel, and there's beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful.
that
lox-
was what you ate on the show.
Yesterday.
By the
yes.
way, I got like some very negative reactions to that.
I don't care.
I know you don't care, but like it was deemed to be
It was
as
great having-
disgusting.
I didn't
move
do a
as
one bite.
anybody's
What the
ever
fuck
seen on
he
a program.
does?
No, I mean just talking with your mouth full.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
A
tried
white
them out.
fish, whatever that was.
No, it was a smoked
So-
salmon cream cheese from Grandpa's. It's one of my staples. I always love to have
Yeah.
half a bagel with.
I like
I mean, you
the
could have
lox-
made a better
cream cheese.
presentation of it. No,
Of course, I could
Yeah.
always make a bread presentation. You should have seen me Tuesday night when
I
I
didn't
was
want to see you Tuesday night.
the honorary chair of the Daniels Steakhouse kind of preview event that was for a PBS fundraiser. They said, I got a call from their VP of public relations, or I guess community affairs. She's in charge of the fundraising. Sandy Baker said, "Would you be the honorary chair?" And I basically said yes, because I like supporting PBS and the Great Check Please Michelle Bernstein show. But I did get on my jacket and tie, and people almost fell over, like fainted.
No, you look good in a bar mitzvah suit. You
Yeah,
really do.
and
The fact that it fits.
I had to go to the men's warehouse
This
right
is a
before the
new-
wedding
a
2
new
weeks ago
jacket.
because things didn't fit. But now I've got an outfit that actually looks pretty good, and people were like, "Wow, you clean up real nice." And
No, in that show, you were deserving of high praise. It was a different Mayo
yeah, no,
than the one we see here. It was.
I
Would you agree,
contain-
Lubie? Did it not
I didn't get
surprise
to
you a
watch
little
it.
bit? Yeah?
My parents were
You
impressed.
were well composed. I mean, it
parents
was
were
almost
impressed.
like watching J.D. Vance in the debate, and you're saying, I could
Who is this
almost
guy?
listen to this guy
Right.
for a second.
So I'm a Gemini, and I contain multitudes.
Oh,
So
there's two
sometimes I'm
personalities.
doing the big bite and making an utter fool and slob of myself.
That's
Other
most of the time.
times,
Most of the time.
I am like cleaned up, and I'm winning major awards, and I'm writing like
But
literary,
again,
like
you
H.L.
can't
Mencken.
stand it that Carlos Frias got the
Oh no,
Oh,
he
championship.
hates
no,
the awards.
This
I don't wanna
really,
say
I've never seen something
brings it up
bother
every
a guy so
time.
much.
I don't want to say I'm jealous, but just because the guy wins 2 James Beard journalism awards and also now is writing for the New York Times, well, I'm here next to you.
Yeah, but you
guys
got your own enterprise.
having a little cup of
I
great
bet
chicken
Carlos
salad.
would be very
Frias
happy
would
to
be
be
very
doing
happy
this
to
very
do
same
this.
thing.
Honestly.
The Times didn't treat him like Brian's treating you here today.
Anyway, day
They
3.
got scrutinized. I mean, you couldn't stand it if you had 10 editors.
Oh
Mayo,
God, did you hear what he
telling
said
you what to
yesterday?
do.
They said
When
it was
Sonny
edited
would
3
give you a
times.
suggestion back in the day about your column that was lacking a little bit of punch,
They had to.
you
when
were
they-
ready to hit him in the
When
face.
they said, "Mayo, you were long," we had to just trim 3 inches off the bottom, and I would flip out.
That was the conclusion.
I said I had the
That was
perfect
my
kicker.
only point.
I had the perfect kicker line. And then I learned over the years as time went on and I mellowed, and as the
Now,
paper
were you
got
around
thinner
when
and
they used
thinner.
to paste it up in the back and then print it?
Oh yeah, I've been
the
around
paper?
for
Okay.
everything.
Because that was funny
But-
because you would see the guy actually cut the only good paragraph you had written and it was stuck on the floor. And then he would put it together and you would say, no, you can't leave that out. He goes, you want this thing to go to press or not?
I'm so old that when I started off as a Nighthawk intern at the Boston Globe in the sports department, a place that Jim Sarney also.
Johnny was
passed
running
through.
the Globe at that time.
But when I first started there in 1987, they actually had, they would put things on the lithograph to put it on the press, and then they would have the dummy pages that
Yeah.
I would run up to the sports copy desk, and they would do the copying on the fly and catch typos before it went to the lithograph press to roll off the presses. And
They were very sensitive in the press room.
oh man, they
I
hated-
had to deliver stuff straight to the press room. I don't know if you were, a little removed from that. And maybe in Spartanburg you had to do it. And if you didn't get along with the guy that was pasting up the page, you were in deep trouble. I mean, you were never going to get your section.
Oh
out
no! I mean, you had to stay on their good side because the times that something
there.
came
I
in
always
10
brought
minutes
these guys
late,
beers. Yeah.
buy them beers, buy them
Always.
cigarettes, buy them whatever drugs they need. But no, that was the essential part before everything became computerized and digitized. But it was definitely a different era.
All right. So you had what was the fish last night?
No,
It's smoked salmon.
it was a smoked salmon.
You had
cream.
already
and then-
accomplished that by eating that thing. And
Well, yeah, and then today
disgusting
we
fashion on the show.
we're gonna have a lobster roll because Wicked
Oh, good. Yeah,
Cheesesteaks.
that will work.
The Wicked stands for Maine is Brian's lineage, and everybody in New England says Wicked Good, Wicked Smart, and Wicked Cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks because Sonata, his better half, is from the Philadelphia area. So they make cheesesteaks extraordinarily. They make lobster rolls really well. And they make everything in between, pizzas. And today they're doing a
Wings,
cheeseburger
great
hoagie.
here.
Wings are great here. Come on in. It is a
Oh,
great
he's doing
spot.
some other stuff, some Italian dishes
This
at night,
guy
right?
does some things, some pasta.
You know what's good? He
mac
could get
and
by
cheese.
just with the standards that he, I
Yeah,
mean,
his
it's a
stuff's
cheesesteak
great.
place. He could just do cheesesteaks and wings, and
The wings, yeah.
the pizza's already like a giant bonus. But I always love the fact that Brian is willing to, I don't want to call it experiment, but extrapolate a little bit
Yep.
and see what else he can do, to produce new dishes. And that's uncommon for a place like this. That's what makes it exceptional.
Well, and they do hoagies and subs, and we've tried offshoots. They're now doing cold hoagies where they have chicken salad and tuna and egg salad, and they're expanding there. And then today they're doing a cheeseburger hoagie. So
I
like,
love cheeseburger hoagies, by the way. It is a Philly thing also. And the other renowned cheesesteak place in town down in Hollywood, Sonny's Famous Steak Hoagies, they have an exceptional cheeseburger hoagie. And that's
I
why
have
I'm
to
looking
say
forward
the,
to trying the one here because I'm sure it's going to be comparable. And it's
the
a very
pictures
underrated.
of Sonny's cheesesteaks look great.
No, I
really
never
do.
had it either.
Well,
Up
Sonny's.
for the Hollywood area. I mean, it's a long way from Wicked Cheesesteaks.
yeah.
Yeah,
And there are great places, other places too. But they look great. The pictures that you see
yeah,
on
and
Let's
they
Eat,
bake their own rolls
Yeah.
in house every day. Now
they deserve
Brian,
whatever legendary status they
Brian
have.
operates a bakery and delivers bread to a lot of other restaurants, but the rolls they use here, I believe, are the famed Amoroso rolls, which in the Philadelphia area is known as like the bread to use for cheesesteaks. And I give credit to restaurateurs who say, you know what? I don't need to reinvent the wheel. If a good product already exists for it and you could get it and it's, basically makes it easier in terms of the efficiency. So I think he's using the Amoroso rolls and it's a good,
No, it takes no second place to anybody here. I mean, the guy definitely right up there at the top. Look, you look to critics that you have faith in, just like you might depend on handicappers you have some faith in. If you were betting sports, which we got football and all kinds of stuff, baseball tonight, like you mentioned.
Yes.
Tom Tanazzini would be my measuring stick here. Not that Tom isn't generally very, I would say on the positive side most of the time. He's unlikely to, unlike, your position as a critic, you have to say if you really don't like a place, which isn't easy to do. You don't want to bury
No, you
somebody.
don't like
I've got a
But-
story
but,
about
but
that.
he
by the way.
he's a ringing endorser of Brian. I mean, goes
Yes,
way
yes,
out of his way to
yes,
get
yes.
this
Oh,
stuff.
and let's give a plug to Tom T. Speaking of him, he is doing one of his pop-ups next week, apparently next Monday, October. What is it? 7th is
Monday's
next
like-
Monday.
7th,
like
October
the day
7th.
after
October
tomorrow,
7th.
man.
At
It's
5
October 7th.
p.m., he's going to be doing a pop-up in Coral Springs.
Look
Ooh,
out,
at
man.
that.
What do you got? A
This
lettuce
is the burger.
sandwich there?
This is the
No,
burger.
that-
Oh, okay.
Is that the cheeseburger? That's the cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Holy, look at that.
Cheeseburger.
With the lettuce,
Oh,
tomato, fully dressed. Tom T. doing a pop-up at
smells good.
the Brunello's. What's the name of the restaurant? It's now this is where my senior moments come in. It
Yeah, go ahead and look
is
it up. It's okay, man.
the chef Bruno Livello
Oh,
restaurant.
Lavello. Oh, the
in
one by
Yeah.
me.
Bruno is the chef that used to be at Tavolino,
Jabalino, yeah.
and is
Well, he's
still
always been
friendly
good
with
friends
Eddie
with Eddie, yeah,
Pizzoli.
yeah.
It's good. I'd love to see how everybody networks and also.
Oh, I didn't know
like you
Tom
said,
T knew.
with Eddie,
people
yeah.
go around to different restaurants, and then restaurateurs like to kind of collaborate and do things
Mhm.
together. Tom went in there, had some lunch at Bruno's place in Lavello. They hit it off, and next thing you know, they're going to be doing a pop-up, Tom T with his Louisiana kitchen next Monday at Lavello
Oh,
restaurant.
wow. I'll have to go to that.
So you got no excuses
No,
because you're
I'll be
around
a
the
jerk off if I
corner.
don't go to that.
I will try to make it up, and it's always something.
This is
good.
Monday.
Meanwhile, before we take our
These
first break,
fries are great.
and
man.
These
before
fries
we
are
dive
fantastic.
into
I
this
think they changed their
cheeseburger,
fries.
it
They were
looks
already
like
good before,
he's
but they're
got-
really good.
These
They're
are
like potato
fries with the skin on them. He's
Yes.
got the skin on fries.
But I
Really
like
good,
the big,
yeah.
thick ones.
Oh,
Like
wow.
always like a
Really good.
Nathan
Good
slash a
crunch on
steak
that.
fry.
Real different.
I'm gonna go in.
You can take a half.
I'm gonna take. You got the cheeseburger hoagie. Oh
Supposed to
yeah.
be.
Oh, look
He's
at
got
that.
the
Oh, it's like a nicer cheese.
the Cooper White American
Yeah.
cheese on it.
There's ketchup there. I don't know. If
I'm
there's
not going to
ketchup
do a
on it.
big bite just yet. After the break, we will. But I wanted to make one note before we took our first break,
You had
which is
something to say during this on the intro? Good, good. No, I think we accomplished a lot. I really do.
170,000 mark. We
Oh,
passed
wow.
it today on
Jesus.
the Let's Eat South
Wowza.
Florida group.
Holy
Yesterday,
Who
we
signed up? Who was the
I don't know who number
Do
one
you give a
said.
prize?
You guys
No,
keep
no,
track?
200,000. When we hit 200,000, we are going to give a big prize to the person who's the 200th.
200,000.
Probably a one-way ticket out of South Florida.
Exactly.
No, 170,000. Yesterday, we celebrated our 6th anniversary on Let's Eat South
That's
Florida.
amazing.
We pushed the button to create that Frankenstein.
What number
on
would you have
October
conceived?
2nd, 2018, 6 years later. The number we conceived
No, in
was
the beginning, like, would you have thought?
we
what would
thought
have been
maybe we'd get
20,000?
10, 20,000
Oh, yeah,
people
okay.
that'd be interested.
That's
Yeah, because
amazing.
figuring
Wow.
off people that, got the Sun Sentinel that we could market the Facebook group to, that, if the circulation of the paper is 150,000, if you get 10% of them, peel them off, and you get 20,000.
All you needed was 11,000,
yeah, just find
170
me
votes.
11,000
Yeah,
members.
exactly.
And we got
Just
more
go to
than
Let's
that.
Eat. There you go.
And as so 170,000, it's bigger than a lot of cities. Obviously, this is a big region, but it's one of the
It's an
powerhouses.
amazing food place. I mean, Lubie was just in New York. I know you're a big New York guy too with the restaurants, but I mean, when you look around, do we really take a backseat to anybody in terms of
no.
choices?
And as Hyman Roth said to Michael Corleone in Godfather 2, Defo, we're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Could be. No, but I'm always amazed at the number of places that you have here, even in a short, small,
Yeah.
compact radius. And then on top of that, that all of these guys, it's not easy to survive. We talked about it the other day. I mean, September is a brutal month for the
Oh,
hospitality industry.
They're surviving. We
Yeah.
survived. We survived the days on WWNN. And
Yes.
that's no easy
Believe me,
feat,
I've been there a couple of times.
especially when they
It's
sold
known as
it.
radio purgatory.
And then
my
they
friend.
lunchbox. They moved to 8 p.m. And I said, "Hey guys, I don't think the lunchbox."
You're
quite
choking
works.
as you sign the deal and say, "I'm paying $50 an hour for this."
50.
Well,
How
whatever.
about- oh my
I
god!
think it was a stick.
lot
Yeah,
more.
yeah. No, it was
It
100. I
was a
think.
stick. All right, we don't even want to get into that.
We're
That's in
here.
the
This is
back.
where we are now.
We are here.
It
Thank
got
God.
us
We
going.
have innovated. We're in the 21st century. We're live every day and available for viewing pleasure anytime.
Yep.
I know a lot of people fall asleep to my sonorous voice.
My friend in California, the mighty Melendez, thinks you have a great voice.
Oh, good. Well,
There
you
you
have a
go.
great voice.
It-
And
well, Defo, obviously.
and
I have a
and-
weird
and
voice.
No, I
Lubie-
think Lubie has a tremendously
survived
distinct voice.
somehow.
distinct voice.
It's distinct.
It's
Distinct is
good.
definitely the best way to put it without making me feel.
Who's the
feel
guy that
bad,
works
but-
with JT the Brick? Made it big.
Oh, Anthony, whatever his name, the one that's on NFL Network, right? With the ears.
No, not Kellyanne. No, that guy. I know who you mean. Starts with an S. His last name. No, this is another guy, and he
Okay.
became big on Fox. He's
JT
like
the Brick. I remember
I
JT
don't
the
even-
Brick.
He's the
I
voice
don't
of
even know.
Fox.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, Tom Looney.
You know where we're going to
Tom
be?
Looney.
Tom Looney.
You know where we're going to be next Thursday? Batch, new Southern Kitchen and Tap, and it's going to be a great show because we love seeing our friends Kevin and Brandon. 525 North Federal Highway. It is a place to go for a classic Southern cuisine. Some of your favorites like chicken and waffles, and of course their famous drop biscuits that are just delectable. But they also have stuff that's on the lighter, healthier side. A good Cobb salad, great blackened redfish. They have the weekend brunch both Saturday and Sunday with bottomless cocktails. Don't forget the free parking in the garage right off to the side. Batch, new Southern Kitchen and Tap, 525 North Federal Highway, Fort Lauderdale. There's also now a Batch, new Southern
Well, that's the
Kitchen
thing. I like that
in
there's.
Delray Beach.
If you're in Miami, you're in Fort Lauderdale. You have the Fort Lauderdale location. I know Miami has
you got West Palm
offshoots as well,
Beach.
but I like that in Delray. If you're north, you have West Palm and you have Delray, which is really cool.
They are eager to please. They go over the top with their
Do a
hospitality.
great job.
And we see so many positive reviews now
Yes.
flowing in. And that means it's working. And what they do works because the combination of over-the-top hospitality and
What was this
delicious
crazy
food.
lady talking about on Let's Eat South Florida about the bathroom?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't
'Cause,
go there. I'm
No,
trying
I
to
mean,
have a
she made
big
it
bite.
sound like did she go outside to some construction artisan? by
It's like
mistake?
a-
I have never seen anything but the
Look,
utmost.
any
in-
bathroom could have an
cleanliness.
unfortunate
I love that
moment.
Kevin talked to them head on too. He's like,
No,
I'm
Kevin-
so sorry for
Kevin,
the inconvenience you had and the experience. It's like,
he's a good
You're the best,
operator. And
Kevin. Like,
also,
that's-
they have standards in place where the bathroom is supposed to be checked every 10 minutes and cleaned
It's
every
clean as a
hour.
whistle.
I've been there a
But
ton of
I've
times.
been
The
there a
bathroom's
bunch.
ridiculous.
But you know, downtown Fort Lauderdale does have some sewage issues where things sometimes back up, and that's not the fault
I've
of the
never seen that.
Yeah,
establishment.
but that's not.
Never.
It's the fault
Batches.
of an aging infrastructure
Yeah, get out of
system because basically they keep putting up all these high rises,
And they don't
but
fix
they don't
what's underneath.
replace
Exactly.
the things. But that's a bigger topic for
Bathrooms in there are
news
nicer than
content.
they are in
Everything-
some upscale
Uh,
hotel. I
They
mean,
take
bottom line
hospitality
is,
to like a weird place.
Batch
That's
is a
how
place
into it they are.
that you want to go, and they are preparing a big bite, the mother of all
God.
big bites again for me next week. Might involve
Jack
a
was
live
like, I
animal.
loved when he ate the orange.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
that's
my
it.
Jack Studiali. I'm like, oh my god.
All right, let's take our
you gonna
first
do
break.
something with that, man? or-
Yeah, after
You're
the
gonna eat,
break.
like, the
Okay.
whole
After the
freaking
break,
thing.
this could be a big bite.
Oh,
We'll see
Jesus.
what happens after these words. Freshest Fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. It's a little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox at Wicked Cheesesteaks and More, 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard. Forget the address, right across from Holy Cross Hospital. You can't miss it. All right, Defo, I'm going to ask you about tonight's Thursday night football game, and while you do that,
you're going to do it. No,
I'm going to do a big
We
bite.
all have to witness this.
You can witness it, but
Lubie's become the play-by-play guy.
I'm going to be rendered speechless for a couple of minutes.
That's
so
okay. You still managed to talk through it. It's great. Here we go. Oh wow, you went all in. Holy
Oh
moly!
my God, Mayo.
You believe that, Jim? You worked with this guy.
Where
for
did
years.
this? I want to ask where this started. Actually,
It
we've never
embarrasses
with
Johnny
us. Did we
Chestnut,
start
though.
this? Did this start with us?
And a fingers full of mayonnaise.
And I'm not proud of that. I'm not saying I'm proud that we started this. I'm just
It's a
saying,
shame to
I'm just
take a
curious.
culinary delight like that and destroy it. What do you think?
it's a good soft bun.
It's a good soft bun.
You needed a crunchy. Usually you're at B&S screaming about how hard the bread is.
The hard roll would have killed me. Oh, the soft bun.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, you would have no teeth.
Oh my God, man.
All right. Brian did it again. man.
Brian missed it, thank God.
So, what is your, let me ask you this. In all seriousness, what is your professional
no,
opinion?
don't do the rest. Don't do the
of
rest.
that? Yeah.
Don't do the rest.
Oh wait, I got to do my seafood bite. I forgot.
There you go.
So that's not going to be a big.
You
bite.
haven't even swallowed that yet.
Oh,
You're
there it
still
is.
chewing.
He cut
Oh,
it
the
in
lobster.
straight. Thank
You're,
you.
Wow.
you're still chewing.
Very
Fine.
nice, Brian.
That was a lot. That's good. That's a good burger.
No, the
Brian bet
burger
the
was good.
Dolphins
The
to win
burger
the
was
Super
good.
Bowl
I
this
love when
year.
Brian's like, eh.
So he's struggling.
good.
a little
I
bit.
And now
enjoyed it.
we've got the lobster roll again. Wicked good.
They do a great
A
job.
great
Wicked
lobster roll.
cheesesteaks. I'm going to take the middle one.
Go for it. You take
All
it.
right, you're going to do a big bite on that. You may as well go two
I
for two.
got some of that.
Oh, and you got like hangers there. That's great.
You know what? I am going to do a big bite because
Oh,
this
Sure.
Jesus.
Here we go.
I mean, that's not a big bite. After what the hell you just did. Look at you. Starting
Strong applause
applauding.
from
Don't
Sonny.
applaud
Yeah,
that. Don't applaud
Don't
that.
encourage him. What the
Don't
hell are you
applaud
doing?
that. That was
It's out of his
disgusting.
mind, man.
Well, that was disgusting. You're
That
the worst.
You want to
You're
hear
the
from
worst.
Leslie Visser?
Yeah,
No.
exactly. That would be
Hang on,
funny
let
if
me
she's
tell her I
actually
gotta call
calling
her
you.
back.
That would be funny if she's actually calling to say what the hell is Mayo doing.
Who's playing the football?
Tonight is Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Bucks. If you really do want to discuss the game, the Falcons are actually much improved with a new head coach and Kirk Cousins there, Michael Penix, the rookie. But the Bucks were in the playoffs last year. I think they won this division last year. And Baker Mayfield played like the guy people thought he would be coming out of Oklahoma as a Heisman first overall pick. Look, he went through the Browns, so that's not really his fault as much as it is anything else. I lean Bucks tonight. I know it's on the road, but it's not like playing in Atlanta. It's some scary road trip.
And you're playing the bookie tonight because your friend likes the Falcons, so you're going Bucks all the way. Just not Bucks all the way, but you're just taking this.
No, and this is what scares me is that everybody I know loves the Bucks,
Yeah,
including now Lubie.
yeah, no, it's not great.
So what does that tell you? Look, they're literally burying. Think about this for a second, Mike Mayo. You're a degenerate gambler, so you can understand this as well as anybody. The Lunchbox crowd is sort of it seems like it leans toward degeneracy.
Yeah, they get
also.
it.
The Circa Survivor Pool. Pick one game. No point spread.
Right, one team to win.
Okay,
every
what
week.
are we in? We just starting week number
Week 5. This
So
will be
we've
week
got
5.
4 weeks.
And you
okay?
can't use the same team twice.
Never.
Can't
Right?
use the same team twice, which shouldn't be that prohibitive early in the season. It doesn't get tricky until maybe the midway point. All right, so 4 weeks in, 14,000 plus entries at 1,000 a pop. Top prize, winner take all, 14 million. There are only 5% of the entrants left after 4 weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
There's 600 and change left, less than 700. You're talking about less than 5% of the top handicappers that are willing to put up $1,000 backing their own opinion at the beginning of the season in a survivor pool. And almost, 95% more are eliminated already.
Can you imagine if you took the Bengals in the first week? Right. Yeah, right.
Well, that was the thing. A lot of people realize that that's a good strategy, as improbable as it is, and did it. But it happened 3 weeks in a row where the heavily favored team, the most heavily favored team, lost.
Right.
And that's how confusing the NFL is. So I'm going by the contrarian theory. Everybody loves the Bucks tonight. Falcons getting
Okay.
points.
I like it. That's the Tom Jicka thing. When everybody zigs, use Zach. Go against the grain.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I'm
the
sorry,
NFL,
that's great. By the
Oh
way.
yeah, we love that. And now, James Sarney, can you write down the official Mike Mayo seafood scoreboard? 3 days down.
What else are you bringing in?
3 items consumed. Lobster roll.
Their
from
homemade
Wicked
It's a whole
chicken
new
salad.
thing.
Oh, he's got another. He's got
Oh,
a chicken.
wow.
That one I'm not big biting. I had my.
No, but you
chicken
become
salad.
a chicken salad connoisseur.
You like
now.
chicken salad.
I
right?
like it.
After
Look at this.
rejecting
I
it
have the
forever.
little cup.
Yeah.
This is the keto friendly cup.
But you used to
It has
make a
no,
face, tuna salad, chicken salad.
Brian, you want to sit down and say hello to the folks and say Happy New Year and
Yeah.
just talk about the latest happenings at Wicked Cheesesteaks? We'd love to hear about your hospitality. Put on the headphones, and I'll say Chag Sameach and Happy 5785 to a fellow member of the tribe. How are you doing today?
How are you,
Good,
Brian?
good, excellent.
Good. I mean, we're not Sandy Koufax anymore. We play on all the big holidays.
It's a Jewish holiday, and I think our gods gave us a gift. The other cheesesteak place went out of business down the road. So.
Oh, yeah? Which one is out?
Old
Charlie's?
school Philly.
Oh, old school Philly. Wow.
up in Pompano.
In Pompano. So last night we did. We had a nice little bite.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, this is good news. I mean, look, nobody ever likes to rejoice in another business's demise.
We're reveling in
you
other
happen
people's
to
failures
be-
here, Mayo. Come on.
Well,
But that place looked like it was, you know what? The
You know,
big
you know,
complaint was
Steve
that they were
Rao,
charging a lot of money.
help found that
Yeah.
place because
Kind of in a way, and
he
then
did
they kind
direct
of
from Philly at
exactly.
one point. Yep.
Yes.
And he's a friend. I mean, you know,
He's,
him.
we're
He's
all
been in
friends.
here.
Yeah.
They
They weren't that far away, though.
Well, that's
What's
good
that?
news.
They weren't that far away.
Well, the thing about the Steve, I don't want to like say Steve Rayo is a friend and everything, but if he was running the place, then he would be an enemy.
Right.
Jew
So-
on Jew is not good, you know. What I mean?
All right, let's talk about a couple things. You've had some positive reviews on the Let's Eat group.
We
as
have. And
usual.
we've had some negatives.
Well,
Not negatives on Let's Eat, but a little negative couple Yelps. So if
Oh,
somebody-
really? Yelp doesn't count. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
did you see me? Well, no, I didn't even skewer the group skewered a woman who came on and just had a post like, "Hi, I'm new to the group. I'm a foodie and I'm an elite Yelper." And I
That's a good one.
approved that post, knowing exactly what kind of fireworks
Exactly.
it would set off, and everybody just just gave her the business. I don't know how you feel about Yelp.
Yelp is tough because they try to get you to advertise with them, and then
Exactly.
when you pull the advertising,
it's a
then
big extortion racket.
it becomes like a circle.
Kind of like
It
the
really
ratings
does.
were in radio for
Yeah,
many
well,
years.
But the end of the day is we hump on the beach to bring the menus to the hotels and everything. So if somebody's from Chicago, they pick up a menu that says Wicked Cheesesteaks on it. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to go on Yelp.
Yep.
And they're going to go and investigate it before they do an order to the hotel room. And then if it's all negative, it can't be a positive thing.
No,
So,
so you got
you got to think about it, but it can't be used as a vindictive tool either,
no, it's
We had some two ladies that came in and called us on Monday and said, hey, you guys going to be open on Tuesday? You're usually closed, yada, yada, yada.
Mhm.
And then I said, yeah, we're going to be here for sure. And then they came in and, they came in, sat down and ate. And we have a Art walks in the front and he's like in the age of, we were setting him up to move into Century Village, and these ladies lived in Century Village and they said, hey, as long as you got a car, you're going to be a celebrity over here.
That's good.
So, I mean, everything was a positive thing.
that's great.
And then I went to the table.
Yeah.
I walked over and I said hi. And I'm like, I think I recognize you. Oh yeah. She goes, well, it doesn't feel like it has a lot of onion in it, and I can't really taste the provolone. And I'm like, I can bring you some onions on the side. And then I'm looking at her and I'm looking at her, and then unbeknownst to myself, I said, hey, I really recognize you. She goes, oh, I'm a dealer at Coconut Creek Casino. I go, I think I've dropped my first house over there.
Blackjack?
Blackjack.
Oh man.
And she's like 60s something, you know, and then 3 o'clock in the morning the next day, what does she do on Yelp? Roast us.
Oh, she
Oh,
did.
wow.
She roasted you, even though
Roasted us.
She already broke.
Oh, it's got no onion.
She's trying to break you twice. Oh my God, that's terrible.
But that's what Yelp is
But
about. They,
here-
you know, they don't think about the big picture. They
Here's
think
what
about
I
the
like
short
about the Let's Eat group, and of course I'm going to like it because I helped create it.
picture. Sure.
Yelp, it's like these bad reviews that they could live on forever, even if they're not fair or accurate.
That's the thing.
And
And
all-
I have to look at it.
And then you have to look at it, and you have to respond, and you have to play sometimes the devil's advocate or the
Exactly.
heavy, or say, actually, you never came in here. You're just making this up. Who do
And
you
you know
work
that,
for?
like the guy from Heritage, he wrote the guidebook on that, I think.
Right. Oh, Reno.
Yeah.
But what I like about Let's Eat is people in the group are like, they chime in. If they've had a different experience, if they've had a positive experience, they'll say, well, when I was there, every time
Exactly.
it's been
Yeah.
nice. And then they'll also do the Mayo treatment, which I guess I've trained them, is
There's
say,
some-
what did
yeah,
you,
yeah.
did you say anything when you were there? What did
Exactly.
did you say? Oh, I want more provolone. You know, like, did you address the situation,
Mhm.
or you know, what did you have? You know, what made the experience so bad, and try to get some more
It
specifics.
happens. You know, we make mistakes all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
but
and
it's all about rectifying. By the way, okay, a couple of well, it's kind of LESF luminaries came in. You had Tom Tanazzini, who's been in a couple of times, Chef
Yeah.
Tom, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Larry Marks, who is the wiseacre beyond all wiseacres, but he came in. He had a positive experience.
yeah. The
And-
guy from the guy that was here last night. What's the place right over here? The
I don't know which
no
one.
the he used to work at the restaurant on the west of here on the left side of the road going west.
Restaurant east of here on the left side of the road. Now I'm
No,
totally
it's
confused.
yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm too tired. but-
okay. It's okay.
I think that's a
It's a
Punjab
Jewish
palace
holiday.
I
There's a
saw
lot of
every-
baking
every-
going on.
That's
for sale.
have you seen any messy sightings?
Messi was here last week.
Nice. Wings, his usual order?
His
He gets
wings. He has a house manager come and pick his stuff up. a
Oh, now
couple
it's
times.
okay.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, you
been
know.
going a little bit more low key. It's all good. Well, again, Brian, anything?
Who was
comment?
here the other day that was friends with yours that told me to
Kim Bokamper,
Kim Bokamper?
Oh, Kim was
here.
in.
a
Yeah.
big restaurateur now in
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
With
Kim
Bokampers.
loves me.
Yeah. He
Oh,
hates Mayo.
Magnum PI
yeah.
was in.
Yeah.
The guy Magnum.
Oh, Magnum
PI.
PI. Well, that's good. Yeah.
He
Oh,
was
and you
fun.
know who says
He's got a good mustache.
Because
going
I
on.
was up in North Carolina a couple of weeks ago for a wedding, but Bonnie DePacio says
Yes,
big
very
hello,
nice lady.
and she
Very
always misses the shows here, and she misses coming in for the cheese.
But we meet a lot of people from Let's Eat South Florida. They're very, very nice people. They drive from everywhere, so
All
it's
good.
a very
Is the cheeseburger
hoagie. we
hoagie
just
going
do
to
it
be
in
a keeper, or is it going to
Yeah.
be just a special?
just something different. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Try something different. Art's here. He's helping me during the day.
Yeah, looking good.
He's a deli. We're
Well-
not going to say the place he used to work.
Okay, but he's a well-seasoned vet.
he's
But
a
thumbs up on the chicken salad hoagie. What do you
Yeah,
think, Lubie?
yeah.
Lubie, good. Yeah,
he does a
gave
good
it a
job.
thumbs up.
Exactly.
It's not Mayo's bag, but I mean, very good.
No, it's my bad. I can eat it.
And the
too.
lobster roll. I mean, you
It's
can only eat so much. I understand that.
Yeah,
but,
as long as the
lobster
two of us
roll,
don't
I
kill
mean,
each
spot
other.
on
every
as
day,
always.
but,
It's all good. Well, and of course, you got all the good baked goods in here as well. The moon-
anything special on the Thursday night football game? So you still doing the pizza thing or any of that?
here and there. You know what
All
I
right.
mean? We're just celebrating that the place closed up the street.
Spiking the
up
ball.
street, yeah. Whatever.
You know,
like
the
that.
cheesesteak business isn't what you know, people can't eat cheesesteaks the way you think they can.
It's like the
it-
deli business. Like
you
how
know,
much
it's-
pastrami can people?
I mean, we sell a lot of pizza, we sell a lot of chicken wings, and our business needs to support on a few different things. There's a different geotag from up north. Up north, people eat these things like 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
You know, or down here, it's a lot of food.
it's a lot of food, and because it's hotter and
It's
people
hotter.
get they don't want, I guess, the things that
But
like the
people
hot,
do-
cheesy.
They cycle and look for a good cheese. We get a lot of people from Plantation.
Oh yeah, wow. Come all the
you
way
know,
east.
Yeah, it's like
My
they go
friend
for a
Lois
little
is a
road
big
trip.
fan.
Lois?
She came in, right? Didn't she take a picture?
Yeah,
with you or
she's a
something?
musician or something.
Yeah,
Lois?
loves music. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to see her
Okay.
Friday night.
Well, keep cranking out the good product here, Brian.
Yeah,
We
thank
love
you,
you.
guys.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
And again, I guess if we did have a Lunchbox Hall of Fame, Brian and Sonata's picture would be right up on the wall. We don't exclude people who gamble. It's not like the Baseball Hall of
The
Fame.
only problem I have, like she wants you to taste the key lime pie that you ratted her out on Casablanca one time.
Right.
So
that
she's got a little
Casablanca
issue
Campbell.
with that.
Well, no, everybody's got an issue with me. All right, I'll tell the story now. We do
We
have
had
to
a bad-
take break.
we had-
number
yeah,
two.
okay,
No, I'm
gotcha.
at this function the other night. Preview party is a fundraiser for PBS. I'm all dressed up. I'm the honorary chairperson, and after I give my little speech, I'm at the bar. A guy comes up to me, and this is at the new Daniel's restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. Guy comes up to me, has a name tag on. The name is Ted Drum. He goes, Mike, we've never met, but I kind of know you. I said, Ted Drum. I said, your name looks awfully familiar. And he goes, yeah, I'm the owner of 15th Street Fisheries. And I just said, oh, shit. Because
Really? You panned them? Why?
about
People love
when
that
I'm in my
place.
first year as the critic at the Sun Sentinel,
right.
I wrote a just lacerating 1-star review of 15th Street Fisheries.
Why was that?
In fact, it was such a lacerating review. I have the first
I remember
paragraph
that.
memorized
I remember that
in
one,
my mind. And Ted was like, yeah, we've owned the property 49 years. We have the marina, the gas station, but my family's basically owned 15th Street Fisheries since then. But, we've had different management companies and stuff come through. And I said, yeah, when I was in, it was not. Basically, my lead was this. It's got location. It's got reputation. But after my recent experiences, 15th Street Fisheries definitely needs rehabilitation. So, and
waiter, check, please.
but the guy, to his credit, Ted and I had a really nice discussion the other night. And the way you turn lemons into lemonade is say, hey, can we come by and do a lunchbox show there sometime?
It's Stonecraft season.
And he's agreed to do it.
Oh, yeah, get out of here, man.
Well,
I don't want to be on that
You
show.
kind of just killed my wife's key lime business, but that's
Oh,
about
God,
it,
no.
What are we
No.
gonna
Why do you
do?
always have to say something, Mayo? That's the
I'm
funny
just
thing
kidding.
about you.
Because
Yeah.
at the time, and I'm everybody
You're a-
has a bad day or
you're
a
a
bad
cheese-
batch
you're
or
a-
something. I'm
you're-
gonna, you know what?
I'm gonna bring
Can
you
you
a
do me a
piece.
favor?
I'll bring you.
Come
a piece.
over, bring me a piece, and smash it right in my face in the last
Better
segment.
still let your wife do it.
Exactly, and she would though. That's the problem.
Oh,
I don't know if it
man.
would be satisfying enough to equal out the damage that you did.
All I gotta say is one thing. The guy from Heritage goes. I said, "Oh, my wife threw a sandwich at somebody." He goes, "You're like a god."
He's like, Reno loves that. All right,
Thank you
Brian,
so much.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Brian,
Thank you.
beautiful
Happy,
job.
healthy, and prosperous New Year.
Thank you.
And,
We already got our gift.
May all your cheesesteak rivals in the vicinity go way down under soon.
I got you.
All right, let's
you.
take our second break. We'll be back with more of the Lunchbox after these words.
That was good radio.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Holy crap. Ah, look at her.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox,
Good for
and
you.
it's
Can you
time
put it in his
for
face?
Mayo
Can
to
you
eat
slam it
some
in his
humble
face?
pie. You can put it right
Slam
in my
it in his
face.
face. That would make me so happy. Oh, she's too nice.
Let me take a bite first,
She's
and I'll
too
give
nice.
you my
I want her to slam it in your
new
face.
review.
We just read this review. It was one of the meanest things for no reason because your key lime pie is fantastic.
All right. First of all, I like the fact that it has the whipped cream on the top because I don't like meringue. I like the
It's
whipped
frozen
cream.
there, superstar. You're
it's
just gonna
frozen.
look like a
Okay.
jerk off.
Well, here, let me get. Here we go. Revenge is going to be best served frozen.
Yeah, that'd be great if they slammed frozen pie in your face.
All right, let me.
That'd be great.
Oh, is that great? You better make amends here, Mayo.
He wants to make it.
Oh no!
Oh,
don't
this
tell me.
one.
Oh, this one. Oh, remarkably, this one is great.
You're
All right.
unbelievable, man.
This one is creamy and it has tartness and it has balance and it's what I like. It's kind of like a frozen cheesecake. Now, with your permission, Brian, can I read what I wrote
No.
back then?
Let them leave the room
No, let
because
me.
it irks me.
All right,
Like,
because
I
this
actually
was
feel
being
embarrassed.
in my high Mayo. What's the word? Insufferable Mayo
Insufferable.
critic mode.
Insufferable.
Okay,
Mr.
because I
Pompous
started-
ass, yeah.
Pie
I
in the
didn't
sky.
like Casablanca Cafe, and at that point, it had just been purchased.
You just wanted to rip everything.
very kind of quietly by the restaurant people, Tim Petrillo.
Who you like, actually.
Well, of
How long
course I
ago
like
did you write
them.
this?
He didn't love the fact that I reviewed them when he asked me specifically, don't do anything for a year. We're going to make some changes. But then they ended up expanding their service and opening for breakfast. And I said, you know what? Once they start expanding and the hours, they're fair game for review. We still have a little beef about that, but we try to
All right, what's the review?
all right. So anyway, I basically wrote I didn't like any of the food there. All right, and this is Mayo's. My snippet was when it came to flavor and finesse during dinner, Casablanca Cafe had all the grace of a spring breaker chugging a beer bomb. And then I went on the litany of all the different dishes
Got worse
that
from there, yeah.
weren't up to my standards,
How
and then
can
we
you
go
even
to the
mean?
key lime pie. And,
Oh my god!
and this was true at the time that I ate it, but we are 7. Well, but this has much better flavor. Well, they must have done something to it.
No, I mean
He
you-
was in a bad
you
mood
shouldn't
and
be
he was
stoned
taking
when
it
you go
out
to
on
these
you.
restaurants.
Key lime pie was a sickly sweet block of condensed milk and mushy graham cracker crust with no tartness or hint of key lime. Callum, I said. All right, now that was a. Oh
Brutal.
man,
Yeah, she
I'm-
should.
the way she.
I agree with her.
Cancel my
First of
suspicion
all-
to the resurrection. Here we go.
This tastes nothing like what I just final commercial break.
Yes.
Before we do, I got to put in the word about our latest sponsors, Transworld Business Advisors. If you're looking to sell your business, let's say you've been in the business long a time and you are ready to finally retire. You can see the beaches and the golden sunsets in your dreams. Then you want to give Transworld a call because they get the top dollar for your business. Or let's say on the opposite end, you're young, hungry, starting out. Maybe you're tired of working for the man and you want to get your own business. Well, they can set you up and find the right fit for you. Andy Cagnetta and his crew at Transworld is there for both buyers and sellers. They are great. We're going to be doing a monthly segment with them now, saluting some of the iconic eateries of South Florida. We're going to be calling it IESF. We're going to be starting that segment in a couple of weeks. I believe it's going to be on October 14th.
Nice.
At a place that's going to be celebrating its 50th anniversary in the middle of this month. It's our friend Buddy at Southport Raw Bar.
Nice.
And they are having a big party on October 17th, that Thursday, celebrating 50 years. And their shirts and merch they've made up are it's 50 and shucking fabulous.
There you
That's a good phrase for the people at Southport Raw Bar. But Transworld, go look online and see what they can do for you at tworld.com, tworld.com. All right, let's take our final break and we'll get out of here. And with my tail between my legs or something like that. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail, and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. All right, we're back at Wicked Cheesesteak. I had some key lime pie, had some humble pie. I might smash it into my own face. This is a very fine piece of key lime pie. Hey, one more thing before we go. Visit Lauderdale Food Wine Festival is coming up. It's right around the corner. New Year is going to be here before we know it. Go to vlfoodwine.com to get your tickets today. Grand tasting is going to be on that Saturday. I believe it's January 18th. Going to be some great events throughout the week, including that Asian-themed walk and roll and the bar battle, and also going to be some great dinner events throughout the week at some very prominent restaurants, including our friend Reno at Heritage, the traditional kickoff dinner.
Nice.
And I think our friends at J&C Oyster, who must be mentioned now because they're open from Wednesday through Sunday, 2035 Harrison Street in Hollywood, and they could go in there for some great happy hour deals at the bar 5 to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday. But I think J&C is going to be on board for some participation, including a dinner. I think Raheem is going to collaborate with maybe a Miami chef.
Cool.
And that is still in the works. But go online to vlfoodwine.com, and plenty of events and ticket availability there right now. Get it for the food lover in your life this holiday season. And I think that's going to do it for today.
Sounds good.
Yeah, humble pie, key lime pie. It's... Oh, I love Brian and Sonata, and I'm glad she didn't smash the pie in my face. So
I appreciate
it. All right, that's going to do it for today. Yeah, in the spirit of the high holiday season, I beg for forgiveness and seek atonement from Brian and Sonata for any mean words spoken. All right, thank you, Lubie. Thank you, Defo. Thank you, Sardi. We'll be back tomorrow at Gulfstream Park, our Friday fun place, and who knows what type of seafood dish I will eat on day 4 of Seafood Month. Until then, enjoy every sandwich.